the 8th meeting of the Mayor and City Council, sitting in regular time. This is Monday, March the 14th, 2016. I'll ask that Reverend Litchfield come forward and lead us in the invocation, and we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mayor Moe. Reverend Litchfield.
Almighty God, we gather this evening to conduct the business of this city. We offer our prayer for our mayor, for the president, for the members of the city council, and for all in authority. Grant to them a sense of justice, strength, and wisdom as they perform their duties on behalf of all thy people. We commend this nation, our city, our fire and rescue, and our law enforcement community to thy merciful care and understanding. Remember those, O Lord, who lie upon a bed of affliction. Comfort those who mourn the loss of loved ones. Hear our prayer in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Ms. Nicholas? Here. Mr. Laz?
Here.
Mr. Smalls?
Here.
President Ricks?
Here.
Mayor Moe?
I'll call for the approval of the minutes of the 7th meeting of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, February the 26th, 16. May I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Laz?
Yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
Mr. Smalls?
I abstain due to absence.
President Ricks?
Yes. This time I'll call for the report of the Mayor and City Council, and I'll start with Ms. Nicholas.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome back Fred. Welcome back, Fred.
Thank you.
I'd ask that we continue to pray for the fallen officer and his family, friends, and colleagues. That's really a very sad situation there. I had the opportunity to speak to the 4th grade class, Mrs. Cross's class at the First Baptist Church of Laurel. They were great students, and they had a lot of questions to ask about how the city runs and the leaders that are here. I, along with my colleagues, attended the ribbon cutting ceremony on Main Street. We also attended the Laurel Volunteer Rescue Squad Awards dinner. I'd like to congratulate all of the volunteers that received awards. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Mr. Les.
Thank you, Mr. President. On March 5th, 6th, 7th, I attended the National League of Cities Congress of Cities in Washington, D.C. There were some very good sessions. There was a lot of discussion about getting the infrastructure fixed around the United States. So we'll see what happens. They have a bill, they have money, and we'll see if they spend it in the right places. On Wednesday, March 9th, I attended the Patuxent River Commission in Annapolis. On Thursday, I also attended, along with my colleagues, ribbon cutting for the first project of the Redevelopment Authority. Congratulations to the members of the Redevelopment Authority. On Friday, March 11th, based on a conversation I had with Councilwoman Lehman, I attended a meeting of Department of Natural Resources, along with some project managers from the rainwater tax or fee, whatever you want to call it, in Largo. It was an informative project. We started out talking about the lower lake, but it would appear that they're doing the right thing. They're going to spend some money on some projects. The one that they've just mucked Upper Lake, and they're going to spend a lot of money. And it's what it's called. It's called stream bank restoration. For a long time, they were straightening out streams because they thought that was a better way to do it. And it turns out what you need is you need the rocks and the meandering streams to catch all the fine particles. The other thing that I learned, and I did not know this, they have $100 million over 3 years from the rainwater fees. And they already have 3 projects in the city of Laurel and one over in West Laurel designated for retrofitting to improve water quality. both the elementary schools in Laurel, Laurel Elementary, and the other elementary school in Laurel and Bond Mill. And it turns out that nonprofits can also apply for the grants to retrofit. So St. Mary of the Mills is the first one out of the chute. And we'll see how that goes. They have a very, very good project team working on this. And so we're going to see real material changes in water quality coming out of that fee. I know there was a lot of controversy about that fee, but it's going to directly to improving water quality. Had a great time at the Laurel Volunteer Rescue Squad banquet. Food was great, and congratulations to all the members that were recognized. And finally, I'll also offer my condolences to the family of Detective Colson and the men and women of the Prince George's Police Department, Prince George's County Police Department. It's a tragic loss. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. Smalls.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to start my report by extending my appreciation to you, Mr. President, my colleagues on the council, Mayor Moe, members of the city staff, and others who
Sorry, I'm not sure
who came to visit me and extended well wishes, greetings, get well greetings while I was recovering from major surgery in my 18-day stay at Laurel Regional Hospital. I'm not 100% yet. I'm still moving at about 50%, but I'm very glad to be back among you and at least ready to work to some extent. During my absence from the dais, I did have an opportunity, however, to attend the WISE, Winning in Sports and Education basketball banquet. WISE is a Laurel-based organization that works with our young people, boys and girls, to promote not just athletics, but also education. And they had their season-ending banquet at Partnership Hall. I also had the opportunity that weekend to attend the open house that was held here in City Hall. And at least for the brief time I was here, I thought it was well attended with a number of vendors and businesses with displays here in the chamber as well as in other areas of City Hall. With that, I'd again like to extend my appreciation for everything that's been done for me while I was recovering and still recovering, and that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. I'd like to send out condolences also to Officer Colson's family and the Prince George's County Police Department for that tragic loss. I'd like to recognize the fact that Ms. Pauline Reel from the auxiliary of the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department is in Laurel Hospital and is looking to receive visitors. I'd like to send regards to Marty Flemian from the city and Donna Crary, who are under the weather tonight, and hopefully all get better soon. I hear that there's been a lot of people from the city that have been under the weather, and we certainly hope them to have a speedy recovery. I'd like to announce that on March the 23rd, Councilperson Crary and I will be doing a televised, if you will, council connection that will explain where we are with the railroad station at this particular time. So rather than having a meeting here at City Hall, we're going to use our cable television set to communicate with the rest of the people in the city and surrounding areas. So with that, turn it over to Mayor Moe.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me offer my condolences to Detective Colson and the Prince George County Police Department. Again, a tragic, and our thoughts and prayers are with all of them at this time. To Pauline Reel, a speedy recovery, as you heard Council President say. To Taylor Siebert, who is in our Department of Budget, who had her twin boys today. We want to congratulate her today, right? Or yesterday? Friday. So congratulations to her. Also to Barry Sachs' family and members of the Laurel Fire Department on the loss of Barry Sachs, who was a life member and very supportive of the community. We wish his family and his friends offer our best to them as well. Speedy recovery to Kay Harrison, and to Donna Crary, as you heard. Also, Marty and Lou are a little bit under weather. Wish them a speedy recovery as well. And Fred, it's glad you're back. And you did forget to tell everybody that you were at the inpatient care facility at Laurel Regional Hospital. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, just checking.
Plug.
So we did have I did have the opportunity to attend Laurel High School's International Cultural Program back in February the 26th. Just a really a wonderful event, and I was glad I was able to attend and be a small part of that. Congratulations to O'Shea Shalom for their 50th anniversary celebration. My schedule must have been mixed up because I was going to make some comments, and as I was going into the facility, Donna was coming out. She had already taken care of that. So my schedule, I want to thank Donna and again wish them the very best on their 50th anniversary. To all those that participated and took part in open house, I want to thank you as well. Joanne Barr, our Deputy Director of Park and Recs, is here, and Joanne kind of headed that up with her staff. So thank you, Joanne. Great event, and look forward to next year's as well. The CRA, our Community Redevelopment Authority, did open their parking lot on Main Street. I want to thank the authority for that. I think if you saw what was there, the old house, and be able to add roughly about 23 parking spaces on Main Street. I think that's on the upper end of Main Street. I think that's very important to our businesses that are there on Main Street. We hope to try to do something on the lower end of Main Street as well when we talk about parking. So it just is another way of us working with the community and business community in particular to make sure that people, when they come to support their business, have a place to park. The Laurel Volunteer Rescue Squad annual awards last Saturday. I want to congratulate all of the award recipients and thank you for the invitation. Again, thank them for their service as well as members of our fire department that are here tonight. One in particular that will be recognized. With that said, we're going to start a new policy here. So if any of the council members or the mayor's phone goes off and it's not silenced, they have to pay $5 to the Youth Services Commission Fund. And I'm not mentioning any names, but that'll be our new policy. With that said, that's all I have, Mr. President.
It wasn't me. All right, this time I'd like to ask the mayor to join me down at the podium.
Cap, they get it moving. We get it straight.
You know, we do once in a while have someone nominated as Citizen of the Month. Well, I think we've got somebody this time that's not only Citizen of the Month, but maybe even Citizen of the Year. But nevertheless, I'm going to read the following. Chief Dwayne Hall of the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department was recently recognized by the Prince George's County Fire Department for his rescue of the Prince George's Fire Department captain that fell through the steps of the collapsed building while operating on a townhouse fire in Howard County. The incident occurred in mid-2015 when units from the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department and Beltsville Station 41 responded for a reported townhouse fire in nearby North Laurel. An aggressive attack was done by firefighters operating with several hose lines. While advancing hose lines in the interior of the building, Captain Donald Fletcher of Company 41 fell through the stairs, which had given way under his body at that particular time. He was wedged tightly and was unable to reach his radio to call for assistance. Chief Hall grabbed Captain Fletcher by his self-contained breathing apparatus and pulled him to safety. A hose line was advanced to cover the compromised stair conditions and used to continue the extinguishing of the fire on the second floor. If it were not for Chief Hall's quick thinking, Captain Fletcher may have fallen completely through the floor and possibly suffering more serious injury. Chief Hall's actions are the highest in traditions in the fire service, and entire membership of the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department congratulates him for his actions and his recognition at this evening's event. He was presented with an Emergency Services Award from the County Fire Chief, Mark Bayshore. Chief Hall is employed with the Baltimore City Fire Department and was recently promoted to Fire Lieutenant, having been assigned to Engine Company number 6 in the city. You not only serve our city well, Chief, but you serve everybody in this county well. Would you come forward, please? Congratulations, Tim. You make us proud. On behalf of the city, we'd like to give you the certificate of appreciation for what you've done to achieve here in the city. And we'd also like to give you a little gift card that you can maybe take a couple of friends out to dinner.
Thank you.
I'd like to say,
Oh, wait a minute. Where's Audrey? Oh, one more. So I just want to say for the record, DJ got his start when I was actively running fire calls, and I used to drag him in, so I'm glad that it came to good use. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, if you listen to what happened in Montgomery County, they had a fire where they lost the second floor. 8 firemen were taken to the hospital. So I think, sorry, we call him DJ, the chief of the fire department. I think that says a lot about the work that he did and the life that he saved. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank everyone. This is truly an honor to receive this recognition from the city today. And like the mayor said, mentioned, there was a fire in Germantown last night where several firefighters were injured. We all know what happened at Prince George's County Police Headquarters. These incidents highlight the dangers that the first responders face every day when we're out there trying to do our job. And we can't do our job without support from the community and from our elected officials. So I just want to thank the City of Laurel, the mayor and city council for the strong support that they give the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department so that we can do our jobs every day. Thank you. Yeah, it's my first job when I moved down to college, was working here at City Hall, so with Kevin. I was the one who took the blame for everything.
So also with us is our president of the fire department, Vic Whipple, is with us. Also former Mayor Joe Robbins, who's a lifelong member of the fire department, as well as Chaplain Litchfield. I want to acknowledge him as well. Mike?
Good evening, everyone. I'm here representing the Youth Services Commission, and I'm not going to represent it alone, so I'd like the members that are here to come on up. We've got our chairman, Monique Holland, our co-chairman, Gloria Arnold, and fellow services volunteer, Rhonda Whitley.
I didn't get that.
Monique, since you're chairperson, would you like to say a few words?
Okay, so who are we doing?
The one you want to do.
Okay. So the Laurel Youth Services Commission this past year, at the direction of the council and the mayor, set out to set up procedures and establish criteria by which we would be able to provide funding for the youth of Laurel. We understand that there are lots of programs that the city covers, but there are also programs that the city's budget doesn't necessarily cover, but we appreciate the fact that the city set aside some funds that can be used to further enhance the programs that are currently offered. We took this process very seriously. Gloria Arnold and Rhonda Whitley, who are also members here, and making decisions as to which organizations to make awards to. And actually, there's a lot of back and forth that went. Again, we are citizens of Laurel, and so we take, you know, sending or awarding funds that are beholden to taxpayers seriously. So with that, we'd like to first make an award to the lovely ladies of Laurel. If you'll come on up. Just making sure the mouse right. So on behalf of the city, we're awarding you $2,500. Yeah, well, yeah, why don't you do that? I think that's really.
I am the founder of Lovely Ladies of Laurel. It's an all-girl mentoring organization in Laurel, Maryland. It actually started at the Dwight D. Eisenhower for girls who were at risk. They were at that borderline of going either way. So what happened was I took that group as an after-school program, and I transitioned them from 8th grade to high school. But when they went into high school, everything seemed to slip again. I couldn't take high school students and bring them back to Eisenhower because we can't mix the two schools. So I decided to make it a nonprofit and entitled it Lovely Ladies of Laurel. So it was to reach all the children in Laurel. The majority of the students are from Laurel High School and from Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School. We have expanded a little bit more, but we stay actually in Laurel. We have been extremely successful, and I would not have been that successful if it wasn't for the support of our mayor. He has been there since day one. He has been at every event but one, and we have events every month. So I am just honored to say thank you so much from day one. Day one, he has been by our side, and I really appreciate that. Speaking about events, we have an event coming up Monday, and it's emphasizing amazing women. And one of our speakers, who is definitely an amazing woman, is sitting right here, Miss Valerie. So if you would like to come to Eisenhower to hear her story and help her support us, you are more than welcome. Once again, I thank you.
Just briefly, Celeste, you forgot to tell everybody if they have a project, please call you. She's always calling me. Her young ladies have been very involved in the city as well as many things in the county. So thank you for all you do, and we appreciate that. And if you have a project out there and you're interested in getting them involved, need some help, Celeste, the one you want to talk to. She's got a great group of individuals. So thank you. Congratulations.
And thank you again on behalf of the Youth Commission and the citizens. The next award will be to the Greater Laurel United Soccer Club. Are they here? Hi. I didn't recognize you with that suit on. Okay, sorry.
That's a fact to follow. Hello, I'm Steve Haversack. I run the Greater Laurel United Soccer Club. We have 400 boys and girls that play soccer with us in the spring and 400 in the fall. We've been at it for 5 years now, and City Council and Mayor Mo were very helpful when we first got started. They were supportive in everything we've done since then. I get a little flustered because it's emotional for me, but we keep the kids active. We keep them running around. The past couple of years, we've been moving to kind of partner with the Laurel Elementary School and Scotchtown Hills Elementary School. We run after-school programs there for the kids. And it's a great program. So thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate it, and thank you very much.
Let me just, when you mess up, Steve calls you, believe me, I know. Let me congratulate you all, and Steve, his wife, his whole family are soccer, and they are very involved. I've been invited to a couple of their programs and watched them. The kids are really having a great time. That's what's needed to keep our kids off the streets and involved in their community and keeping their mind and body healthy. So again, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Before some of the commissioners leave, I do want to acknowledge and I want to thank them. In particular, they have kept the mayor and city council involved the entire process. It was not an easy process. You remember this is an offshoot of when we put the task force together on the Laurel Boys and Girls Club. A lot of organizations used our fields. A lot of organizations asked for money. There's just not enough to go around. We felt that establishing the commission to get it out of the political process, to have them come in and fill out paperwork, follow an entire procedure was the way to go. And I think the commissioners, in particular, Monique, you in particular as the chair, I want to thank you all for the hard work. This was the first year of getting it up and running. Mike, to you as well. Mike's got, look, you beat Mike so bad he's got to retire now. But Mike, his whole staff have really helped, and I think it says a lot about the Park and Rec Department as well as the commissioners that are here, and really the involvement from the community, and that's what it was all about. So thank you all very much for the hard work you've done.
Okay, it's 7:27. I'll open the general public hearing for anyone wishing to speak on any topic whatsoever. Is there anyone wishing to speak during the general public hearing? Seeing no one, I'll close it at 7:27 and a half. I'll go to item number 8, which is a consideration of a recommendation for fleet acquisition of 2 pickup trucks and 1 4-wheel drive pickup truck. Mr. Free.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, as discussed at the work session, the Department of Public Works is recommending the purchase of these vehicles that are presently under state contract. 2 of them will be for the Community Planning and Business Services Division and 1 for the Department of Public Works. We're also considering or would like to keep the Department of Public Works 4x4 with a plow to let the police department utilize that truck for hauling trailers and using it during inclement weather to keep the police department plowed. Hertridge Fleet Services was awarded a state contract for 4 Dodge Ram pickup trucks, and Fred Frederick Chrysler in Easton was awarded a state contract for a Dodge 4x4 with a plow. The cost of the Dodge Ram pickup trucks are $18,704 each, and the 4x4 with a plow is $35,351. These are all funded with the Fleet Acquisition Replacement Program. The total cost for these 3 would be $72,759.
Thank you, sir. We had this at our work session. Does the council have any other questions at this time? If not, I'll take a motion.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the recommendation to purchase the vehicles as stated by Mr. Faree.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Smalls,
I vote yes.
Ms. Nicholas,
Yes.
Mr. Les,
Yes,
President Ricks.
Yes. We'll move on to item number 9. This is the introduction and first public hearing on resolution number 3-16, a resolution of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel approving a declaration of covenants for the benefit of Prince George's County, Maryland, relating to property owned by the city known as Park Parcel C, adjacent to 15,700 Dorset Road, and authorizing the mayor and city council of Laurel to sign the declaration. I open it for a public hearing for the first public hearing at 7:30. Is anyone wishing to speak on the topic? Seeing no one, I'll close the public hearing at 7:30 and a half. And I'll ask for a motion from the council to suspend the rules.
Mr. President, I move we suspend the rules.
Thank you, Mr. Les. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Les?
Yes.
Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
President Riggs?
Yes. I would take a motion to adopt.
Mr. President, I move for the adoption of resolution number 3-16.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Les?
Yes.
Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
President Riggs?
Yes.
Mayor Mel?
I'll concur.
Is there anything else to come before the council? If not, we stand adjourned.
You going back to our office?